You've been told that hard work creates success, but what if success actually chooses who gets to work hard? When essayist and trader Nassim Nicholas Taleb decided he had had enough of the extra weight he was carrying, he began thinking seriously about getting in shape. Like many of us, he didn't just want to exercise. He wanted results. Real, visible, undeniable results. So he started observing different types of athletes, trying to decide which path would lead him there fastest. Joggers, to him, looked thin, almost fragile, and not particularly happy. Bodybuilders were undeniably strong, but their exaggerated physiques didn't appeal to him either. Tennis players? Elegant, yes, but they carried a certain upper-class image that felt distant and unrelatable. Then he noticed swimmers. They seemed different, balanced, lean, powerful, almost perfectly proportioned. Their bodies looked like the ideal outcome he had in mind. So the decision felt obvious. He would become a swimmer. He signed up at a local pool and committed himself to regular training. Twice a week he showed up, determined to transform his body into something closer to what he had admired. But after some time, something didn't add up. The progress wasn't matching the expectation. And eventually, he realized something that most people overlook. Swimmers don't look the way they do because they swim. They swim well because they already look that way. In other words, their bodies are not the result of the activity. They are the reason they were selected for it in the first place. This insight is subtle, but it changes everything. The same illusion appears in many areas of life. Take the world of advertising. Beautiful models promote cosmetics, skincare, and fashion products. And without even noticing it, we begin to associate their appearance with the products they use. But the reality is much simpler and much less appealing. They were chosen because they were already beautiful. The product didn't create the result. The result determined who got selected. This confusion is what Taleb calls the swimmer's body illusion. We mistake selection for causation. And this mistake doesn't just affect how we think about fitness or beauty, it shapes how we see success itself. Consider elite institutions like Harvard. Many successful individuals studied there. But does that mean the institution created their success? Or did it simply select people who were already exceptional? The same logic applies to MBA programs around the world. They showcase impressive salary statistics after graduation, and from those numbers, a simple conclusion is implied. Enroll, and your income will rise. But this conclusion ignores a critical factor. The people who choose to pursue an MBA are already different. They are more driven, more ambitious, often more capable. So how much of their future success comes from the degree, and how much was already there? This illusion even affects how we think about happiness. When you ask happy people for advice, they often say things like, "Stay positive," or "Focus on the good." But what if they're not happy because they think positively? What if they think positively because they are naturally inclined to be happy? Research by Dan Gilbert suggests that happiness is strongly influenced by personality traits that remain relatively stable over time, which leads to an uncomfortable conclusion. Some outcomes in life are not easily manufactured. They are selected. And this is where the swimmer's body illusion becomes dangerous. Because those who succeed often believe their actions cause their success, and they share advice based on that belief. Meanwhile, countless others who followed the same advice but failed remain invisible. In the end, the swimmer's body illusion reminds us of a simple truth. Not everything that looks like a result is caused by effort. So before you chase any ideal, whether it's the perfect body, success, wealth, or happiness, pause for a moment. Look carefully, ask better questions, and most importantly, be honest about what is selection and what is truly within your control.